Imagine this. You rent out your apartment to someone who seems trustworthy. Good job. Good references. Nice smile. Then, a few months later, they stop paying rent, trash your place, and disappear back to another country. Most people would give up. But me? I don't give up. I don't let people steal from me and walk away clean. And what I did next, well, let's just say she'll never escape it. If you've ever wanted to see karma served ice cold, hit that like button, subscribe, and buckle up. Because this is one of the most satisfying revenge stories you'll hear today. Okay, let's start from the beginning. I own an apartment in Manhattan, New York City. And this apartment wasn't just a property to me, it was my livelihood. At the time, I had just moved out to live with and take care of my elderly mother. She was 87, and needed me full-time. So, my plan was simple. Rent out the apartment, use the income to support myself, and focus on being there for my mom. That's when she came along. My tenant. Let's call her Jane. Jane was a middle-aged woman from Queensland, Australia. She said she had owned her own home for over 30 years, so she didn't have recent landlord references. Fair enough. She looked stable. She had a job. She gave me letters of reference that seemed solid. And honestly, she came across as polite, professional, even a little boring, the kind of person you think will never cause trouble. So I trusted her. I signed the lease. She moved in. And for the first several months, everything seemed fine. Rent came in on time. No complaints. No drama. But then, month 7. The payment never arrived. I thought maybe it was a delay. Things happen. I tried calling her. No answer. I emailed. Silence. Another week went by. Nothing. And that sinking feeling started to grow in my stomach. By month 8, it was crystal clear, she wasn't paying anymore. She ghosted me completely. And the thing is, this wasn't just money. This was my life. My main source of income. And here I was, caring for my sick mother full-time, and suddenly staring at months of lost rent. So, I did what any landlord has to do in this situation, I took her to housing court. I followed the law. Eventually, she was evicted. But eviction wasn't the end of it. When I walked into that apartment after she had left, I was shocked. And furious. The place was filthy. Trash everywhere. The sofas were stained. The microwave broken. Furniture damaged. It looked like she had treated the place like a dumpster. In total, she owed me $16,000 in unpaid rent, plus more than $7,000 in damages. Over $20,000 gone. I filed in small claims court. I sued her. And guess what? She didn't even show up. She didn't care. She had already packed her bags, disappeared quietly, and flown back to Australia. I remember standing there with the court documents in my hand, and this thought just burned through my mind: she thinks she got away with it. She thinks I can't touch her now. And for a while, I almost gave in. Hiring an international lawyer. Way too expensive. Trying to collect across countries. Nearly impossible. But I couldn't let it go. Because it wasn't just the money anymore. It was the arrogance. The disrespect. The way she left me to deal with the mess while she skipped back home like nothing happened. So, I plotted my revenge. Jane had one fatal flaw. She had a very unique name. Not common. Not like Sarah Jones. And that was all I needed. I went online and I bought her domain name. Let's say it was jonesmith.com. And once I owned it, I built an entire website. On the site, I posted everything. Her photo. Official copies of the financial judgments she owed me. Photos of the filthy, disgusting state she left my apartment in. The broken microwave. The stained furniture. Even the eviction notice that the marshal had slapped on the door. And I was careful. I didn't exaggerate. I didn't lie. I only posted facts. Because the last thing I wanted was to be accused of slander. Then came the fun part. SEO. I made sure that if anyone Googled her name, the #1 result was my website. And it worked. Within weeks, the website started getting traffic. And not just random people, her employer visited the site. People from conferences she attended emailed me saying, "Hey, I just saw her name, and your website popped up." Even the people who wrote her reference letters. I reached out and told them exactly what she had done. For the first time since this nightmare began, I felt power shift back into my hands. Because now, she couldn't hide. Not from employers. Not from landlords. Not from anyone she wanted to date or befriend. Anyone who typed her name into Google, instantly saw the truth. And it didn't stop. For 3 years now, that site has been up. I still own the domain. It still ranks at the top of Google. And every month, I see visitors coming in. People checking her out. And seeing what she did. She cost me $20,000. But in the long run, it has cost her far more. Every job application. Every apartment application. Every new relationship. They all see the mask pulled off. And I'll be honest. It's cost me a little money to keep the site up. But the satisfaction. The knowledge that she can never fully escape what she did. Worth every penny. The sweet irony is this, she thought she could just vanish, skip out on rent, and start fresh back in Australia. But instead, her past follows her everywhere. It's in her pocket, on her phone, on her laptop, every time someone Googles her name. And the best part? I didn't have to break the law. I didn't have to scream or fight. I just let the truth speak for itself. And the truth ruined her reputation in a way money never could. Revenge doesn't always come in the form of shouting matches or courtroom victories. Sometimes, the most powerful revenge is shining a light on the truth. Because people who think they can lie, cheat, and steal without consequence, always forget one thing: the internet never forgets. If this story gave you chills, smash that like button and tell me in the comments, what's the most satisfying revenge you've ever seen or been part of? And of course, subscribe for more stories like this. You won't want to miss the next one.